Reportage from the spring battle of startups. World news. How Kazakhstan will shape its digital borders. Online insurance service. Tech control business management program. The Kazakhstan news. Recently, a spring battle of startups, Spring 2017, was held in Almaty. The organizer of this event was the autonomous cluster fund, PIT. Beginning startuppers gathered from all over the country. There are more than 200 people of them. They put forward their ideas and developments in 3 directions. The first event is Startup Day, where questions for subsoil users are resolved. The second event is from Microsoft Imaging. And the third one is our Hackathon, where the main tasks are to be solved for such companies as Kazpost. Within the Tech Garden Cup category, the National Postal Operator provided its API, that is open source code. On its basis, the contestants had to improve some products of this company. Today we have set 2 main tasks. The first is the visualization of tracking, and the second task is the management of voice commands. That is, we have an internal belief that the keyboard will be quietly left there in yesterday, and it is necessary to switch it to such control technologies like voice commands. Voice commands like, "Where is my package?" and so on. The project, lingvahab.me, did not fall in the number of winners, but received special attention from the judges. On this resource, you can find suitable for yourself language courses, and not only in Kazakhstan, but also abroad, in England, in the United States, and in the countries of Southeast Asia. Here on the first screen, you can choose 4 filters where you can make your own choice. You're choosing a program like General English, IELTS, TOEFL, Speech, or Business English. Then you can choose a format, individual or in a group. Age is also very important. Pupils, students, and adults. And the level of knowledge, of course. If the user doesn't want to fill the forms, he may leave the note on the website mentioning the course he wants. Admin of the service will fill the forms for you. We charge a fee from schools for attracting customers. That is a fixed cost for each client involved and for the result. If he liked everything and he stays, the application is considered to be formalized. The third nomination for the Spring Battle of Startups is Imaging Cup. There were no others like the students from the Kazakh National University named after Al-Farabi. They presented the Ontime KZ service that allows you to maximally manage your time. On the internet, users of social networks give a lot of time to such sites as Twitter, and we thought about how to benefit this time and how much time they spend on it. The project consists of 2 parts, a mobile application and a special cube. There are different types of human activity on each side: work, social networks, coffee. Through the sensors, the cube transmits information about the location of the device itself in space, and the application processes this data. In this way, the user will know how much time he is spending on different things. In the future, we plan to make new functions based on the principles of time management. For example, this is the Pomodoro principle, according to which a person can increase his productivity. That means a person given a timer, for example, a person is engaged in some kind of business for 10 minutes and is not distracted by anything else. The next stage of the championship for Microsoft will be held in Kiev, and if our startups manage to win in Ukraine, they will go to the global finals in the US. Here, Kazakhstan's bright heads can count on receiving a significant investment of $100,000. To make gaming experience and virtual reality really unforgettable, various enthusiasts create all-new device that can add tactile sensations to VR. So the startup Null Space started developing its own costume, Hardlight VR, which is very similar to some futuristic armor for the next video game about the super soldier from space. The Cyber Jacket has a special audio mode that converts several sounds from the game into sensations. It works even if the game is not adapted for the vest. Another interesting feature of this device is the ability to track body movements and synchronize its position with the headset. This will provide even more realistic sensations when playing. Belgian company Miam Factory launched the production of chocolate on a 3D printer. The device makes figures in 3 layers by 0.2 millimeters per pass. 1 unit of the product is consumed from 10 minutes to 3 hours. 3D sweets are basically ordered by hotels that purchase sweets for various events. According to the developers of the new 3DC printer, they can create sweets of any shape and easily put a logo or an inscription on them. News on cyber attacks on banks, exchanges, and transport structures we read daily from news bulletins. This is a new reality that follows the general spread of the internet. To adequately respond to virtual terrorism, the countries of the world are working out their own doctrines on virtual security, and our republic is not an exception. The concept of cyberspace of Kazakhstan is already being worked out by parliamentarians. Cyber Shield of Kazakhstan is a system of measures, organizational, legal, and technical. It is also a set of all information security projects which already exist in the state, a decentralized management of networks, telecommunications, and electric borders of the country. In fact, the new project covers 3 areas: government agencies, banking, and law enforcement systems. Together they form a critical infrastructure on whose work the fate of the motherland depends.
Это будет реализовано быстро, хотя бы только потому, смотрите, как быстро мы, достаточно быстро.
They will be implemented quickly. I can tell that even by looking at how quickly we implemented the e-government portal, and our other neighbors look at us as a fantasy, and some just try to get into our jet.
А некоторые только стремятся попасть в нашу струю.
To build digital boundaries, it is necessary to create an entire ecosystem. It includes data centers, sensors, special software, innovative technologies for tracing and suppressing virtual crimes. Today, about 6 Kazakhstani companies have a set of tools. One of them is Transtelecom. The largest situational center in the Republic is located there. It is made to prevent network attacks. The catalog of services is quite wide, but among the main ones it is worth noting this online response to information security incidents. And not only with the response, but also with the subsequent investigation of them, as well as the evaluation process and the search function and elimination of threats and vulnerabilities of information security. One of the main problems in the implementation of the virtual doctrine is personnel shortage. In Kazakhstan, there are enough analysts for the vanguard of Cyber Shield. Public-private partnership will help to solve this problem, when the world-leading IT companies share their working experience with the country's technical universities. Existing cyber criminals have a lack of knowledge. They use human trust. They try to cash in, just on ordinary people. Our task is not just to possess knowledge, not just to form it, but to share it and disseminate it as much as possible. Because in our understanding, knowledge and skills formation, in principle, the only key to public security, especially cyber security. Recently, the Kazakh National Research Technical University, named after Satpayev, with the participation of the leading Russian company for the creation of antivirus systems, opened a training IT laboratory. The choice in favor of this university was made not accidentally. For about 15 years, specialists in the field of information security have been trained here. The main goal of creating the Kaspersky Lab in the Kaz NRTU, named after Satpayev, is to train highly qualified personnel in the field of information security and expand the scope of scientific research in this field. Kirei Shapiev is learning the basics of information security for the 3rd year. Even before entering the university in the 9th grade, the guy decided that his future profession would be directly connected with ensuring the country's defense. I plan to work in the power structures of the Republic of Kazakhstan, and I want to see myself as a person who has realized himself in this area and work in the interest of the state. The government will allocate 7 billion tenge for the implementation of the Cyber Shield of Kazakhstan. According to experts, this is a drop in the sea of the necessary budget, since one of the basic conditions for building a digital infrastructure is its own software. And for this, we have the necessary base, intellectual potential, engineering experience, and manufacturers. Startup Dictionary. Killer feature literally means killer function. The high quality of the product or service of the startup gives it a great competitive advantage. An example of use, at the presentation, the killer feature was without any sacrifices. Sergei Bizkorovoyenny is an avid motorist, and he knows firsthand that the car is an expensive treat and that it is necessary to take into account not only the cost of gasoline and spare parts, but also the time spent on processing various drivers' documents. The longest time Sergei has spent standing in the lines for obtaining an insurance policy. In total, the process of buying the service directly from the insurance company took from 40 minutes to 1.5 hours. And it takes 40 minutes only if the manager is free, so you sit, wait in line, sit down to the manager, and he is preparing different documents. They're always looking for something on their databases and so on, and you just sit there and waste your time. Today, drivers of Kazakhstan may solve this problem through the online services. With the popularization of fintech technologies, these services have received rapid development in Kazakhstan. One of such sources is called Techcirc.kz. It was launched in December 2016. During the 4 months of the service, we conducted several advertising campaigns. We managed to achieve user growth. Every month, the number of users on average increases by 2,000 people. The company's turnover grew 5-fold. All the functions of the internet platform are absolutely free. That is, there is no additional charge for documents. Here, they earn a small commission from partners, leading insurance companies in Kazakhstan. Our company sees the potential in the development of online insurance in Kazakhstan. We are trying to develop this industry. We connect partners by the online service. First of all, this is a reduction in administrative cost of the company because it is very expensive to print the policy and to deliver it at the current time. In addition, besides receiving the policy, it is possible to check and to pay fines and transportation tax on the resource. According to the creators of the platform, every day they create new functions that are necessary for every car owner. However, the development of this industry is hampered by the lack of an appropriate legislative framework. Therefore, it is impossible to pay for such services on the network now. In this regard, many functions of the site remain unfinished. Soon, users of the service will be able to choose a number of box solutions for voluntary types of insurance. These are such kinds of insurance of people going abroad, medical insurance, and of course, kasko. From January 1st, 2018, a new law on online insurance will come out in the Republic. Thanks to this, the Kazakh financial company will have more opportunities to implement the most daring ideas in this area. Rasul Mashurov, Director of Business Incubator, work experience in promotion and development of the startup projects, specialization, IT, fintech, review for the startup, MyCRM. MyCRM online service for business management in the service sector. There are a lot of similar foreign programs on the market. One of the strongest is the Russian AMO CRM. Now it is the undisputed leader in the Russian market, and it captures the market of Kazakhstan. Some products appeared on the Kazakhstan market to this day, but they were weak. They did not satisfy the needs of customers. When businesses reach a certain level without CRM systems, it is already impossible to work. That means if you position yourself as a strong business which strives to develop, to absorb the market and to make more money, it is absolutely impossible to work without a CRM system. This increases the efficiency of working with the client, this increases the productivity of your company as well as the productivity of your managers. Thanks to CRM systems, you can evaluate not only quality, you can evaluate not only your customers, but you can also evaluate the work of managers. The biggest difficulty on the market for now is mentality. Kazakhstan's mentality is not ready yet in any case, not yet fully ready for the transition from the journal note element of the work to the element of the work of the CRM. And this is the biggest difficulty. Companies do not quite understand why they need it, but if they start using it, they realize later that they cannot work without it. I want to wish only success, patience, and great work to the guys in this field.
Терпения и однозначно большого труда.
The Digital Kazakhstan program officially started in 2017. In fact, this is a large-scale plan to modernize the domestic IT industry. On its implementation from 2017 to 2021, the state will spend 150 billion tenge. These huge funds will be spent on the fourth industrial revolution, which today is known through the world as Industry 4.0. Recently, Kazakhstan hosted the Tech World Challenge 2017 Championship. This is a unique contest in which only girls participate. They are young, beautiful, and prefer to cite instead of reading magazines. More about the Women's IT Contest and the concept of Digital Kazakhstan you will learn in our next program.